Why didn't Spartacus march on Rome? The Romans were afraid that he would. The Romans were always afraid of people marching on Rome. The Romans had been marched on in their distant past. In the early part of the 4th century, the Gauls, the horde of Gauls, angry, marched on Rome and destroyed Rome, sacked Rome, tore it down. The only time it ever happened. But the Romans are paranoid about it ever afterwards. And so there were rumors that Spartacus was going to march on Rome, specifically after Spartacus had destroyed consular armies. The way was clear. He could have marched on Rome. The way was also clear for him to escape over the Alps. He could have done that. He didn't do either of them. And supposedly it was because, one, there was dissension in his ranks. They were fighting over what they were going to do next. Some of his people were much more interested in looting and pillaging in Italy than they were in actually marching on Rome. Or he was concerned that it wasn't going to work out for them, that they weren't ready, that his efforts to march on Rome would trigger some sort of showdown. He'd meet a lot more really skillful resistance and a lot more threatening leaders of Roman forces, and he wasn't going to be able to succeed. So he decides not to. Later on, he decides he does definitely need to have some sort of civic base, so he takes the city of Thurii so that they have some place to rebuild and rest and restore and so forth. But he doesn't take the city of Rome. So, the taking of the city of Rome that the Romans had been afraid of for so long doesn't actually happen until pretty much after the fall of Rome. And there's nobody there really to take at that point.